Boo!
What's goody, Baron?
On today's episode, we'll see what Abigail's ranting about,
Take a look at some spooky conspiracy theories you wouldn't know about BCC.
see some Barons get surprisingly spooked,
Go on a seriously haunted adventure with Alpha.
check out a promo that stands for the Young Republicans Club.
And get hyped for the Chilean Counties competition.
I'm Maya Broadwater,
And I'm Piero Vasquez.
and you're watching BCC TV. So, Piero, what's going on in the news this week?
After the death of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi in the Saudi Arabian embassy in Turkey, a new video has revealed a man wearing Khashoggi's original clothing while leaving the embassy. This evidence further suggests that the killing of Khashoggi was planned and casts further doubt on Saudi Arabia's story involving the journalist's death.
A caravan of over 7,200 migrants from Guatemala are traveling towards the U.S. and are hoping to receive asylum from the violence and poverty that they have left behind. The Trump administration assures that they will continue implementing strong border control in this situation.
An 18-year-old former WJ student has been arrested for making threats against students at the school. He had posted a Snapchat holding an AR-15 with the caption, "School Shooter." He has been charged with one count of threat of mass violence.
In BCC news, college apps for a lot of schools are due next Thursday. Excited to see all you seniors dressed up as stress procrastinators for Halloween.
Sources of Strength is having an event on Monday before school, during school, and after school in the main atrium. Come to add your source of strength.
Happy birthday to Dr. Jones. We are so grateful for everything you do for this school. Have a great day.
The cheer team has their county competition this Saturday at 3 p.m. at Blair. Let's watch a video to get us hyped.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, watch me. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Them old mistakes are gone, I won't do them no more. That's old news, that's new news, I done did that before. I turn nothing to something, my comeback on 100. Let's talk it, more action, you just gon' see coming. I just keep elevating.
Make sure to show out. It's about to be lit. Sport your best blue and gold and come out to cheer on the people who always cheer you on.
As you can tell from our set, it's officially Halloween season.
Let's throw it over to Abigail to learn some things about Halloween that you wouldn't know.
Salutations, my demonic peers, and welcome to this extra special Halloween episode of whatever my sad excuse for a segment is called. All self-depreciating jokes aside, today I'm going to cover some of the most blood-curdling, shriek-inducing content that I could find. Well, not the most blood-curdling since this is for school, but the most school-appropriate, Pagan-approved tales of terror that I could discover. Now, without further ado, let's get spoopy. Our first display of depravity comes from the Czech Republic. Near the quiet town of Kunta Hora lays the Seldek Ossuary. I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong, but we're gonna ignore that. The ossuary is decorated with sculptures made of human bones. When the ossuary was being built, the bodies of thousands upon thousands of plague victims were discovered, and they naturally decided that the best thing to do with the dead bodies was to make them into a sculpture. Who thought this was a good idea? Like, how did that board meeting go? Hey, Phil, we need to do something about all the dead bodies we found. What if we contort their physical forms and hang their deceased figures about the church in order to remind the patrons of their inevitable death? That's a great idea, Phil. That won't scare anyone or be noted on some weirdo's future BCC TV sketch. All I know is that whoever made this sculpture needs to get like a DIY Pinterest account. You know, and therapy too. Our second tale of school-appropriate horror comes from the town of Strasbourg in France, where, almost exactly 500 years ago, one of the most disturbing, chilling, and straight-up bizarre events in recorded history happened. It started when a lady just walked out onto the street and started dancing. Thing is, she didn't stop dancing until she had literally collapsed from exhaustion. And when she regained her strength, guess what she did? up and starts dancing again. Yeah, that's not even the craziest part of the story because people joined in. By the end of the week, not only was she dancing, but as many as 30 people had joined her. By September, when this was all over, nearly 400 people had caught this dancing plague, some dancing to the point where they were physically exhausted and died. Like, think about that. Their bodies were simultaneously unable to physically stop them from dancing and so exhausted that some of them died from dancing. Also, can you imagine what it's like to have something force you to keep working, keep moving until your body physically shatters out of exhaustion? In conclusion, Halloween is amazing, but, remember to stay safe out there because you never know who or what is lurking within the darkness. Back to you, Maya and Piero.
Thanks for the spooky facts, Abigail.
Halloween brings up a lot of conspiracies like the Headless Horseman and Black Cats.
Yeah, I've heard all those, but I've never heard any about BCC. The closest thing that I've heard to a conspiracy is that Mr. Boswell has been living in the portables, and that's why they're tearing them down.
I'm not really sure if that counts as a conspiracy if it's true, but let's check out some very real conspiracies about BCC.
Good morning, Barons, and welcome to BCC Unsolved, where we are going to investigate one of the spookiest BCC mysteries. Today we'll be asking the most famous question in all of BCC history. Was there really a pool on the 5th floor? Let's head up there and investigate. Up here there's a sign that reads roof access. This may seem like a regular sign leading up to the roof, but watch. If we replace the R with a P and replace the F with an L, suddenly it becomes pool access. Now, even though this is clear evidence that the pool existed, we still don't know what happened to it. The suspect is obvious. The one man who has been at BCC for his entire life, Mr. Zana.
Why is your classroom on the 4th floor?
There's no particular reason. It's just a place that I wanted to be. I don't know what you're talking about here.
Have you ever swam in a pool?
I'm an excellent swimmer. I can swim. I can float.
In high school, were you a wild child or were you more reserved?
I'm not sure what you mean by a wild child.
Did you ever throw a pool party?
Pool party? Well, I don't know. I'm not really happy with the way.
Did you ever throw a pool party on East-West Highway?
I know what you're talking about.
What's behind the roof access door, Mr. Zana?
I don't know what's behind. I don't have. Why would I have keys to the roof access door?
What are you hiding from the student body?
Has gone far enough. Okay.
Was there ever a pool at BCC?
Well, there's been water at BCC. A pool?
Then explain this.
This interview's over.
No further questions.
I'm done.
Clearly, Mr. Zana is to blame for the pool closing. We know it's still there because you can hear it through the door. Here is real footage of him stalking the hallways, guarding his precious secret. Be careful, Barons. Not everything at our school is what it seems.
Thanks for that, Poppy.
Hey Maya, what would you get if you crossed a chicken and a ghost?
What?
A peekaboo. In the spirit of Halloween, we thought it would be necessary to scare some Barons.
But instead of scaring them with end of the quarter tests and final grades, we decided to put a scary mask on Toby and scare the heck out of people. Let's check it out.
Yeah, we're all friends.
Yes, autographs later, please.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, you look like Shanye!
I tell you what. Yeah. What I'm doing for Halloween, Probably go a little trick or treating. Probably crash a little parties. Probably go with my man Nati.
I'm gonna be real dirty.
Maybe twice a day because they're. Nice. You don't want to go?
I might make it if you're my papa. Hey!
My favorite story.
My favorite thing about being in STEP is just
Piero, I know that you were talking about those big plans of yours for Halloween. What even are they?
Well, I was gonna hit up the trick-or-treating with my boys and then go on a totally dangerous and whack trip to the abandoned hospital in Glendale.
Whoa. Why are you going there?
Oh, chill, I'm not the first one. Alpha's already done it. Check it out.
Right now we're in the town of Glendale, which is famous for the Glendale Hospital, abandoned in 1981, and we're just gonna explore the surrounding area, and we got some interviews from locals in the area. Glendale Hospital was a tuberculosis sanatorium that was abandoned in 1981 due to an outbreak of asbestos, which is a deadly substance that's known for causing cancer. We tried to take a look inside of it, but we were strongly advised against that.
So don't go in there definitely because it's a felony. It's felony trespassing.
Okay.
Which means you'll have a record, dude.
Yes, I know.
That's like no.
Because of various complications, instead we decided to explore the surrounding area of the neighborhood.
I don't want to go in there. I don't like it.
Is that it, Chief?
That ain't it, Chief. That ain't it.
Ever since it was abandoned, the hospital was named a private property, and to this day, trespassers are strictly dealt with. Still, every Halloween, there are hundreds of trespassers that are arrested for going onto the property without permission. There was a house there.
Remember that house, the really weird one that had blood on it?
On the wall?
Huh? Yeah.
What? Yeah.
It's not here anymore.
You're lying.
It's not here.
Although we didn't get to see exactly what we wanted, this is definitely a town worth checking out if you have a taste for all the spookies.
Back to you, Maya Piero.
Okay, so just based on that, I think you might just want to stick with trick-or-treating.
Not a chance.
It's been an exciting week of sports. Let's pass it over to Jeremiah to see what's happening.
Hey Barons, to start us off, girls field hockey beat Sherwood 2-0 in their 6th straight shutout. After this win, the girls finished off with an in-season final record of 8-3. Congrats on a great season, girls. Then Barons football took another L last Friday, losing to RM High School 28-0. But shout out to Ennis Belcare for 3 interceptions on Friday. And it's also Whitman week for the football team, so make sure to come out to support at 2, where the team can hopefully pick up their second win of the season. Girls volleyball saw some major game delays in their game against Seneca Valley Tuesday, but ultimately came out with the dub of 3-0. Cross country has counties this Saturday at Gaithersburg High School from 12 to 4. Make sure to come out and show your Baron pride. The BCC golf team had districts earlier this week and came out victorious. Congrats, guys. And finally, I would just like to say that everyone should come out to support the cheerleaders at counties on Saturday at Montgomery Blair High School at 3. Because they do so much to support us, it would be great if we can actually go out and support them. Well, that's all for this week, parents. Back to you, Maya and Piero.
Thanks for that, Jeremiah.
To wrap up today's episode, we have a promo for a club here at BCC.
Let's check out what the Young Republicans Club has put together.
In this difficult day, in this difficult time for the United States, it's perhaps well to ask what kind of a nation we are and what direction we want to move in. What we need in the United States is not division. What we need in the United States is not hatred. What we need in the United States is not violence, but is love and wisdom and compassion toward one another, feeling of justice toward those who still suffer within our country. Or we can make an effort, as Martin Luther King did, to understand and replace that violence, that stain of bloodshed that is spread across our land, compassion and love.
Join the Young Republicans Club today. Meeting today at lunch in room A405. Be there.
Well, that's all for this week, Barons.
Check back in next Friday for more news, updates, and humor.
Keep those standards high, BCC.
And keep the number of black cats you spot low.
I'm Maya Broadwater.
And I'm Piero Vasquez.
And we're signing off. Okay, so just